What's up, ladies? It's your boy, Doc Reid. Listen, I haven't shown this to you in a while. And if you're not familiar with Doc Reid, for me, this is the symbol for a woman, okay? And why? Because a diamond's beautiful. Who doesn't like diamonds, okay? Diamonds are strong, okay? To look at, I mean, they brighten up a room, all right? So many characteristics about the diamond, I think, to me, are similar to a woman. So I just wanted to remind you, ladies, of who you are. All right. So if every once in a while you're having a rough day and you kind of forget. All right. So listen, like we normally do. All right. If you're new, go get the book, The Forbidden Secrets of the Goodie Box, which your father didn't tell you and your mother didn't know. For all my new diamonds. Think of this as Doc Reid's instruction manual, okay? And it's an amazing story, okay? So you'll be entertained and you'll be informed all at the same time, all right? Go to my website, christopherreid.org, download it for free, PDF, Kindle. Also, follow me on Instagram. I post videos very frequently. So at the Doc Reid is how you can get a hold of me. All right. As usual, I got a good one. Today I'm talking to my strong women. Okay, my strong sisters out here in Christ Jesus. Strong women, weak men. Yes, a very common theme. And I know that it's something that a lot of you are very familiar with. And it's a problem. A lot of you, because I've heard you, when I've talked to you and the feedback that it's something that you get tired of, dealing with weak men. And so let's just talk about strong women for a hot second. All right. One of the things I think the challenges for strong women, oftentimes you've heard me say CEO type women, is your strengths also oftentimes are perceived as negatives. Okay. So what do you mean, Doc? Well, sometimes they say that you're too strong. Okay, you've heard that you're too direct. You're too outspoken. Okay, you're too abrasive, too hard, and so for you, when you hear these things, I'm sure it has to feel like, wait a minute, because I'm strong, that's a problem. Because I speak my mind. And I am direct, and I don't mess around and mix words. That's a problem. And I know for a lot of you, that's very frustrating. And as it should be. Now, here's the problem, is that a lot of strong women, a lot of you out there are very misunderstood. And here's what I mean by that. You're the type of person, and this is what a lot of people, maybe they don't know about you or they don't acknowledge, that you will give your last, okay, for people in your camp, in your circle, those that you care about, and sometimes people that you might not know, that if you got it, they got it, okay? That's just the kind of heart that you have. You're very soft, and this is the contradiction. You have a very soft heart. See, a lot of times what people don't understand is that women that are considered strong, okay, are oftentimes more tender-hearted than anyone else. But what has happened a lot of times is, over time, once you expose that tender heart, maybe it gets abused and it's not appreciated. But just because people see this exterior, okay, and they form an opinion of it, that doesn't mean that on the inside that you hard as nails, because many times that's just not true. Also, you're fiercely protective of those that you love. Now, if it's your family, okay, your mom, you got kids, or anybody in your camp, if somebody messes with them, they got to deal with you, okay? And that's just the reality, okay? You're an innovator. You know what I'm saying? What about the fact that when something needs to happen and ideas are flowing, okay, you can pop them off with the best of them. You get the party started. All right, this is what we need to do. We need to boom, 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 boom. All right, but people don't look at that, right? Or they look at it, but they don't really comment on it because they're talking about how strong you are, how outspoken you are, and all of that. Now, here's another problem, and this is a huge one for very strong women. You know, my CEO type women. A lot of times you're very isolated, and this is really huge. I hear this a lot, meaning people always assume that you're okay. Oh, well, Sarah, she good. You know, Vicky, what? She's so strong. You know, I mean, so people don't check on you on where you are and what you need. Okay. You know, and a lot of times it's because if no one else steps up to the plate, all right, you will. You know, you're not going to just let a situation fall by the wayside, okay? Because, oh, I do it all. No, you don't sit there and think about whose turn is it. Oh, I did it last time, so it's your turn. No, you just handle business, right? And so with no one checking on you because you're so quick to put the fire out, it can be a very lonely place. Meaning, when you're hurting, when you're in pain, when you're going through something, and you need somebody now to be strong for you. Okay, you look around and it's like, who is it? And maybe you do, you know, tell some, yeah, it's just rough right now. Oh, okay, yeah, I know it's rough all over for everybody. You know, then they start talking about themselves. You know what I mean? You don't even have a chance to have a moment because the fact that you said what you just said, it's rough, you're going through, it just go over their head because, oh, not you, you know, you got it all the time. It's like being in a prison because you're not allowed to have a weak day. You're not allowed to be a real person. It's not acceptable. So what happens is, once you put it out there a few times, you know, some fillers to see if I've fallen and I can't get up. Well, if ain't nobody coming to help you out, then you're like, all right, well, they ain't gonna fall again because nobody's gonna help me out. So I just got to keep it moving. And for a lot of strong women, that's the attitude. No matter what, I got to keep it moving. All right. But you're not no robot. So at some point, okay, even Superman has kryptonite. Okay. Everybody's got their thing. And so as it relates to speaking your mind, you know, let me say this. A lot of times, even though you speak your mind and you may be direct, you're not disrespectful. Okay. You're very mindful of what you're saying. Okay. But the fact that, because see, a lot of people, they're so worried about not hurting somebody because they're like, well, if it was me, I know that would hurt my feelings, even if it's the truth. And your thing is truth reigns supreme. You know, I'm going to tell you the truth, keep it 100 with you, and then, you know, we can make whatever adjustments need to be made as a result of that. So a lot of times people can't handle your honesty. And the reason that everybody comes to you is because you get things done. You make it happen. You're responsible. So, and here's another, I think, kind of oxymoron of being a strong woman. Everybody sees you as a go-to person, but you don't raise your hand and say, hey, everybody come to me, follow me. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a step. No, that's not what you do. What you do is, if there's a situation, you handle it. And because you handle things, you end up being that go-to person at work, in your family, okay, with your friends. All right. So then you end up, you get to be the robot, even though it's not a position. It's not something that you raise your hand for. So your strength becomes oftentimes your liability. Okay. Now let's talk about how this relates to men, because that's what you want to talk about, right? All right. So how does this relate to men and weak men specifically? So a lot of times this makes you what I would consider a weak man magnet. Okay. What do you mean a weak man magnet? Well, see, sometimes weak men are drawn to strength. Okay. Specifically your strength. Okay. Because they had, you know, strong women in their lives, their moms, their aunties. Okay. And these were the type of women who, just like yourself, took charge. So they had no problem, okay, taking a back seat and just taking direction and doing or responding to whatever, okay, that strong woman in their life told them to do. Now, they meet you. Oh, it's an immediate connection. I recognize that vibe. That's how my mom was. Or, that's how the women in my family are, even my sisters, okay? So you meet this guy, and you doing your thing, you doing you. And this guy, he lacks direction, all right? And strong women are very, I would say you're very drawn to potential because you're project managers by heart. So you see this guy and he's got potential and it's a project. You can do projects in your sleep. And so he doesn't have the drive though. This is a missing component. This is probably why he's stuck where he is. He doesn't have the drive, okay, to complete the project. So what you do with your amazing self, you get in there and say, listen, all right, here's what we're going to do. You got an idea. Okay, you're a sucker for a guy with an idea and a little bit of talent. Okay, he's got an idea. He said, well, okay, here's what we can do. Now you done wrote a business plan. All right, you done made a few phone calls because you got resources. You've pretty much done everything around the idea, okay, for this guy. And all you got to do, you set him up nice. All you got to do is just put him in there and just let it go. Well, it may go a little bit, may not, okay, may falter. But here's the deal. At some point, doing this over and over and over, because see, your thinking is this is an investment. All right, this is a down payment on when he gets up to a certain point, then it's going to be a reciprocal thing. All right, he's going to, kick in and, he'll step up, take that leadership role. Okay, and then we'll be moving. No, it don't happen like that. And you find yourself continuing to do what you do, put the cape on, you know what I'm saying? Super, yeah. All right, and you get tired, you get drained. I hear this over and over. I'm tired of leading. Okay, I need somebody else to step up to the plate, okay, and move this forward because I'm not doing it no more. Now, let's talk about strong men, okay? Strong men and strong women. Oh, yeah. Whoo, just get you some popcorn and just sit on back and watch the fireworks, baby. Okay, here's the deal with strong men and strong women. Oftentimes, it's a misunderstanding, okay, a lot of times, because you got the guy who's strong and he's used to leading and just, saying this is what it's going to be. And now you got you and you do the same thing. So this particular guy has to really be willing to have some patience. He does, because see, for you, a lot of times the reasons that you had to take charge and do what needed to be done is because you couldn't trust people to get the job done. Oh yeah, people told you they was going, oh yeah, I got it. I tell you. No, it didn't get done. And then if they did do it, they did it and it was a mess. It wasn't done in excellence the way you would do it. It wasn't done, it wasn't at a professional level the way that you would approach it. So you had developed this philosophy that if I don't do it, it doesn't get done, okay? And you can't trust people, all right, to finish. So now you got this guy coming in and says, oh, I do that. When I handle something, it's handled, it's done. You don't have to come back and check behind me and make sure it's done. And, he's telling the truth. But there's a learning curve. He's got to understand what you're coming out of. You have to understand what you're coming out of. Because just as much as you yearn, crave for somebody to take that leadership position, and you're like, Doc, I am tired. I am. But you'll find out very quickly when a guy comes in and starts to doing it, something in you gets a little, wait a minute, because you're not used to not being in control. Because that's the big thing with you. You love feeling like you're on top of things, like you're in control of the situation. All right. So these strong personalities end up clashing. Okay. It's the clash of the titans. Could be very good for each other, but at the same time, oftentimes It's not, because the two can't touch and agree. And so with you, you're on autopilot, and it's kind of in your DNA to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, to do what you feel needs to be done. Now, here's the thing, ladies, and here's my challenge to you. If you're a strong woman, you've heard that all your life, you're a CEO woman, okay, you the go-to person. Here's my challenge to you. My challenge is embrace vulnerability. Yes. Embrace letting go. Okay? Let go. Now, I know that's easier said than done. Okay? But if you cannot let go and let go. No, if you cannot let go, then it's going to be very challenging even for you to have the kind of man in your life that you need in your life. Okay? Because there's got to be a head to the situation. And when you have trouble letting go and being vulnerable, you're not responding to that guy. You may think you're responding to that guy, but you're really responding to this habitual need to feel in control. And I get it. I so get it, because, hey, like I said, if you didn't do it, it didn't get done. But now that we're in a situation where you have somebody that's telling you, I get it done. And to his defense, if you look at what he's doing, you can see, oh, he gets things done. Okay? He may be in a leadership position on his job. Okay? Own his own company, upper management, whatever the case may be. So you can see it, but it's still that, I don't feel quite right. Okay? And if you're having challenges with this, you may be in a situation right now, okay, where you're dealing with this. Get at me. That's what my program is about. Helping women get from bondage, stuck, hurt feelings, all of that baggage, we got in our suitcase. Okay, take that out. We don't need, what are we taking this on vacation for? I don't need that. No, it's too much baggage in there. You packing stuff in there that you didn't have 30 years. Well, that don't even work no more. Okay, so listen, you need help, get at me. That's what I do. That's what my coaching program is about. My service is about. Okay, get at me for the free 30-minute consult so we can talk about. I'm listening to. All right, what's the heart of the matter? What's the common denominator here that I see? Okay, represented in all your situations. All right, then we're gonna go from there. We're gonna lay out a program. Okay, to get you where you need to be as quickly as humanly possible. Okay, we're gonna touch and agree. All right, we're gonna agree that we're gonna both work towards this program, on this program, okay, for your greater good. All right. So listen, also, like I've been telling y'all about, and I'm trying to tell you, if you enjoy having a good time, if you enjoy bonding with other women, okay, if you enjoy the group process, you have to, okay, be a part of my next group coaching session, the your boo to I do. Okay, it's just what I've been talking about. All right, but you're going to do it with 9 other women. Okay, if you're selected for the program, because I'm only taking 10. All right, 10 strong, bad. And when I say strong, I don't mean CEO type strong, but I mean more so serious women. They're serious about changing your life. For real, for real. Not, no, we beyond talking. All right, we beyond, I know I need to, I've been thinking. No, we beyond that. We in the land of doing. Okay, so if that's you, okay, your boo to I do. All right, talking about you, your baggage, all that stuff, that you got in that suitcase is 80 years old. Okay, they don't even fit no more. So we're going to get it out of there. We're going to deal with it so that we can move on. Then we're going to talk about your boo. Okay, you don't have to have a boo yet. That's cool, because when you get a boo, you want to know what to expect. All right, you want to know, all right, is this a keeper or do I run for the hills with this guy? So that's what we're talking about. What your father didn't tell you and your mother didn't know. Also, the I do. Isn't that what, that's the dream. That's when you was a little girl and, you saw your wedding day and, the Prince Charming, he picks you up on his white steed and, y'all ride happily off into, maybe it's a chocolate steed. I don't know. Okay, it's your dream. You can have it the way you want to. But yeah, the I do. What does it take? What goes into the type of love that lasts a lifetime? Okay, we did 2, 3 years. That ain't no lifetime. That's what people doing nowadays. You know, we can get married, and now it's too rough. Yeah. See, you know, it's like investments. You make all your money in on the front end when you buy it. So then when you sell it, you know what I'm saying? You know how much your profit margins is right there. Get it at a good price. All right. So when you can last and go the distance in the marriage, 20, 30, 40 years, praise God. That means that you knew, okay, what to look out for on the front end. So you knew that this individual had the goods. You knew that y'all were on the same page, all right? And this was a match made, all right? So listen, ladies, I'm out of here. Y'all have a great day, rest of the week, whatever's going on. And I'll get at you later. Take care. Bye. Peace.